The reason why fat is not good for African women in Europe. The reason why fat is not good for African women in Europe is today's topic. So if you are an African woman and you are living in Europe, you don't have to take in too much fat because the weather in Europe is not as hot as the weather in Africa. So if you are living in Europe and you are an African woman, you don't need too much fat and you don't need to be eating too much sugar so that you won't have problem with your health. Because as a lady who was very slim, maybe when you were in Africa, you were very slim. So before you come to Europe, you were very slim. And when you was in Africa, no matter the kind of food you eat, you still remain slim. You can't come to Europe and you expect to be eating the same way you were eating in Africa. Why? Because the weather in Africa is very hot. So no matter what you eat in Africa, with the sun, even if you eat full plate of pounded yam, you eat even full goat sef in Africa, when you come outside the sun, you don't even need spot. When you come outside the sun sef, before 1 hour, all the whole food have already digest because of that hot sun. With that hot sun, you don't even need to do exercise before you get slim, you know. But in Europe, it's not like that. In this Europe, even if you take ordinary tea in the morning, you will still need exercise for it to digest. Why? Because the weather is just too very, very cold. And for a lady, for a young lady, even for old ladies, especially for ladies who are looking forward to make baby. And if you come from Africa and you were very slim from the beginning, if you are a lady who was fat from the beginning, no problem. You can get fat, you can eat anything you like, as long as you have a fat body, and maybe it might not affect you. But for the slim ladies who used to be slim and later become fat, it's a big problem for making baby. If you are a lady who, when you were in Africa, used to be very slim and you eat anything you like, don't expect to be in this Europe and you eat anything you like, you expect to be slim, because Africa weather and Europe weather is not the same. It's not the same. Especially if you are a lady that have not make baby and you are looking forward to make a baby. If you eat too much fat, it can affect your ovary, you know. That is why you see so many of our African women, they will come to Europe before they reach 50 years. Some of them, they start having their menopause in the from 37, 40, 42, because of the way they eat. And they are not too if you eat anyhow, as in if you don't watch the way you eat, you have to be sportive. If you are the kind of person that like eating all the food of your choice, like pizza, like yam, like fufu, like red meat and all that, sugar, so you have to be sportive to be healthy. If you are the type that don't select food, you have to be sportive. And if you should be eating anyhow, you are not sportive, and you are not a mother yet, you have to be careful so that you won't affect your ovary. You understand me? So that you won't get affected in your ovary. Because this weather is just too cold for you to be careless with your health like that, especially if you are not a mother yet. And too much fat in this Europe is not too good for pregnant woman too, especially if you are due for making baby. It can lead to C-section, and it can also lead to miscarriage, and it can also lead to infertility in women. If you are a lady and you are looking forward to get pregnant and you are just too fat, maybe you were slim from the beginning and you became very fat, it can get very difficult to get pregnant, because when you are fat, your ovary too is fat too, especially if you are the type that don't used to be fat from the beginning. So that is it. In my next video, I will explain better. I will explain the food that contain iron, and the food that contain vitamin, and the kind of food that contain fat, which is not good for the ladies. And if you live in Europe, you have to be sportive, you have to eat less fats, you have to take more iron and more vitamin. Thank you very much. Thank you. Subscribe to my channel, like my video, comment. Lady Voice by Sandra Ann. Thank you. Bye.